Shush. I'm shushing.
Three little pigs went out one day. One built a house made out of hay. The other pigs thought it would fall, but the first didn't care at all.
So good evening, Sumter School District boys and girls, and welcome to another evening of Reading with the Superintendent. Tonight I have a very special guest joining us as we prepare to read. We have Dr. Leach, who's an employee of the Sumter School District. Good evening, Dr. Leach. How are you?
Good evening, Dr. Martin-Knox, and good evening, Sumter School District family.
So thank you for joining me this evening, Dr. Leach. Why don't you take the opportunity to just introduce yourself to our audience who may not be familiar with you?
Okay, I am Cornelius Leach. I am the principal of Millwood Elementary School. We are a school from pre-K through 5th grade, and I look forward to reading my favorite childhood story to you all tonight.
So thank you for selecting this book, and I'm so excited because I love The Three Little Pigs as well. It presents challenges, but it also presents three little pigs who are persistent, and that's what we want.
Exactly.
Persistent. So I'm ready to begin. So while we're waiting for them to get settled so that they can give us their undivided attention, as you know, 1, 2, 3, all eyes on me.
1, 2, all eyes on you.
Let's begin to read the story of The Three Little Pigs by Frederick Warren. Doc, why don't you go ahead and begin with for us?
Okay, the story of the Three Little Pigs. Once upon a time, there was an old sow with 3 little pigs, and as she had not enough to keep them, she sent them out to seek their fortune.
So she sent them out to seek their fortune, huh?
Yes, the first that went off met a man with a bundle of straw and said to him, "Please, man, give me that straw to build me a house," which the man did, and the little pig built a house with it. Presently came along a wolf and knocked at the door and said, little pig, let me come in." To which the pig answered, "No, no, by the hair of my chinny chin chin. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," said the wolf. So he huffed and he puffed and he blew his house in and ate up the little pig. Wow, that's sad.
It is.
The second pig met a man with a bundle of furs and said, "Please, man, give me that furs to build a house," which the man did, and the pig built his house. Then along came the wolf and said, little pig, let me come in." "No, no, by the hair of my chinny chin chin. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." So he huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed, and at last he blew the house down and ate up the second little pig. The third little pig met a man with a load of bricks and said, "Please, man, give me those bricks to build a house with." So the man gave him the bricks and he built his house with them. So the wolf came and he did go to the other little pigs and said, little pig, let me come in." "No, no, by the hair of my chinny chin chin. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." Well, he huffed and he puffed and he huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed, but he could not get the house down. When he found that he could not, with all of his huffing and puffing, blow the house down, he said, "Little pig, I know where there is a nice field of turnips." "Where?" said the little pig. "Oh, in Mr. Smith's home field. And if you will be ready tomorrow morning, I will call for you and we will go together and get some for dinner." "Very well," said the little pig. "I will be ready." What time do you mean to go? Oh, at 6 o'clock. Well, the little pig got up at 5 and got the turnips and was home again before 6. When the wolf came, he said, "Little pig, are you ready?" "Ready," said the little pig. "I have been and come back again and got a nice pot full of for dinner." The wolf felt very angry at him, but thought that he would be up to the little pig somehow or another. So he said, "Little pig, I know where there is a nice apple tree." "Where?" said the pig. "Down at Mary Garden," replied the wolf. "And if you will not deceive me, I will come for you at 5 o'clock tomorrow, and we will go together and get some apples." Well, the little pig woke up at 4 the next morning and bustled up and went off for the apples, hoping to get back before the wolf came. But he had farther to go and had to climb the tree, so that just as he was coming down from it, he saw the wolf coming, which, as you may suppose, frightened him very much. When the wolf came up, he said, "Little pig, what? Are you here before me? Are they nice apples?" "Yes, very," said the little pig. "I will throw down one to you." And he threw it so far that while the wolf was gone to pick it up, the little pig jumped down and ran home. The next day, the wolf came back again, and he said to the little pig, "Little pig, there is a fair in the town this afternoon. Will you go?" "Oh, yes," said the pig, "I will go. What time shall you be ready?" "At 3," said the wolf. So the little pig went off before time, as usual, and got to the fair and bought a butter churn, and was on his way home with it when he saw the wolf coming. Then he could not tell what to do. So he got into the churn to hide, and in doing so, it turned round, and it began to roll, and rolled down the hill with the pig inside it, which frightened the wolf so much that he ran home without going to the fair. He went to the little pig's house and told him how frightened he had been by a great round thing which came down the hill past him. Then the little pig said, "Ha, I frightened you, did I? I had been to the fair and bought a butter churn, and when I saw you, I got into it and rolled down the hill."
All right.
Then the wolf was very angry indeed and declared he would eat up the little pig and that he would get down the chimney after him. When the little pig saw what he was about, he hung on to the pot full of water and made up a blazing fire. And just as the wolf was coming down, took off the cover of the pot, and in fell the wolf. And the little pig put on the cover again in an instant, boiled him up, and ate him for supper, and lived happily ever after.
Wow. I like that story. I
I
really.
love that little story as well. I really do.
What are some of the messages and the takeaways from the story that we can give to our kids?
Well, from the first two little pigs, easy is not always the best. And one of my models is, particularly at Millwood, our theme this year was commitment to excellence. And we strive for excellence and not easy. Sometimes taking the easy way will get you into a lot of trouble.
Absolutely.
So the students out there, don't take the easy way out. Always work hard and do your best, and you will survive, just like that third little pig who took time to build that house with bricks. It's easy to do small tasks, but it takes a lot of work, determination, and dedication to work hard to build something with a strong foundation.
Absolutely. And I agree with you wholeheartedly. So I will just say check, 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 and Ho to you, Dr. Leach. Dr. Leach, thank you so much for reading to our audience this evening. I think it's a book with a nice way of looking at life and education and making sure they persevere and do their very best each and every day. And so thank you again for joining us. And I know our audience appreciates you. I do appreciate you, and I also thank you again. So let me just tell you, you have the final words if you'd like to say something as we begin to exit.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to read to the Sumter School District family. And students, always remember, strive for excellence. Do not take the easy way out.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Dr. Leach, and thank you to our audience. So as we say, I will see you tomorrow for another evening of Reading with the Superintendent. Thank you, Dr. Leach.
Bye-bye.
And good night, everyone.
Good night.